Alara Vance pushed open the glass doors of the Velvet Rose, leaving New Haven's clamor behind. Inside, the world shimmered. Marble floors, soft piano notes, a chandelier scattering prisms of light. Patrons in tailored suits and couture gowns murmured at candlelit tables. Alara, dressed in a modest black blouse and worn jeans, carried herself with quiet resolve. She approached the hostess stand. Behind it stood a woman with a sleek chignon and eyes as cold as the polished crystal on every table. "I'm here for my 7:30 reservation," Alara said evenly, Vivian Sterling, floor manager. Her smile was thin, her posture regal. "Right this way, Ms. Vance." But instead of the grand salon, she turned toward a dim hallway marked staff and service only. Alara paused, puzzled, then followed. The corridor was narrow, lit by flickering sconces. The scent of bleach mingled with lavender. Vivian stopped at a scuffed table, shoved into a dark alcove. One chair wobbled. A tray of used glasses loomed on a counter nearby. Cleaning supplies lined the shelves above. "Here," Vivian said, placing a menu down as if concluding an obligation. Alara sat, expression unreadable. The menu's embossed cover, the Velvet Rose, seemed a cruel contrast to her surroundings. But she didn't protest. She had come to experience what others praised as a temple of culinary artistry. She would not be deterred by a shadowed table. A narrow gap in the wall offered a glimpse of the world above. Chandeliers sparkling, golden light pooling on pristine tablecloths, waiters moving like dancers. Here in the corridor, light buzzed fluorescent and uneven. Still, she straightened her posture, but a young server passed. Her name tag read Mia Brooks. She paused briefly, sympathy in her eyes. Alara gave a nod, serene. Vivian's sharp voice called Mia away before she could speak. Alara turned to the menu. The lobster thermidor gleamed at the top, $1.85, served with saffron risotto and braised asparagus. She ordered it, along with a glass of vintage champagne. Mia returned moments later with water and bread, artisan sourdough, warm and tangy, served on a chipped plate. No words, just a quiet kindness in Mia's glance. Laughter trickled down from the grand salon. A silver cloche lifted to reveal seared foie gras. A woman posed beside a flaming dessert. Hashtags and admiration bloomed with each photo snapped. None saw the solitary woman seated just feet away beneath fluorescent light. Alara lifted her flute of 2005 Chardonnay. Its pale amber glow dimmed as it warmed in her hand. She sipped slowly, not for status, for the taste, for the experience. Mia returned quietly. "Your thermidor order was never sent to the kitchen," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." Alara blinked, but her voice remained calm. "Please send it now." Mia gave a grateful nod and vanished. Above, life glittered. Sommeliers poured with practiced grace. Silver cutlery sang. Patrons dined beneath vaulted ceilings. And down here, Alara waited, unseen, unmoved. She traced the grain of the table, feeling warmth from the bread plate slowly fade. Her thoughts drifted to the reviews, the glossy spreads, the 5-star ratings. None spoke of this forgotten corner. Vivian passed again, her heels clicking against the tile like punctuation. No glance, no acknowledgement. Mia reappeared with a folded napkin and placed it gently on the table. "Thank you," Alara said, her voice steady, dignified. More time passed. The thermidor had not arrived. The bread was gone, the glass of water nearly empty. Alara's patience stretched, but did not break. She closed her eyes for a moment, recalling why she had come. It wasn't vanity. It was curiosity, reverence, a hunger not for prestige, but for craft. The silence deepened. Shadows pooled in corners. The chandelier light above never reached her. Only the faint buzz of the corridor light, the occasional clang from the kitchen, and the rustle of menus far away. She thought of leaving, but something within her resisted. Not stubbornness, principle. Another server passed, carrying a towering dessert of spun sugar and violet petals. It smelled like dreams. Alara smiled wryly. Images had power, but she would not be defined by one. She adjusted her napkin. She was not a disruption. She was a guest. The menu remained beside her, its golden script slightly smudged now. She read the Thermidor description again. Every word shimmered with promise. Still, no dish came. Mia lingered briefly. "I'll check again," she said under her breath. Alara nodded, grateful. Kindness didn't always wear a uniform. Sometimes it was just a look, a tone, a risk. The corridor seemed smaller now. The chipped plaster, the flickering light, it all blurred into a single truth. Being served was not about location. It was about acknowledgement. She waited. Dominic Caldwell descended the grand staircase with the measured confidence of a man who controlled every nuance of the Velvet Rose. His meeting with the executive chef had just concluded when an unsettling report reached him. Table C07's Thermidor order was missing from the kitchen system. His brow furrowed deeply. No detail was too small to escape his scrutiny. In the corridor, the ambient hum of clinking glasses and muffled laughter played like a soft symphony. Mia Brooks paused mid-step, her face revealing a mixture of relief and unease. Dominic's voice was calm but firm. "Ms. Brooks, come with me." Without waiting for consent, Mia followed, casting a nervous glance toward Alara Vance, who remained statuesque at her neglected table. Reaching the kitchen pass, Dominic faced the line, cook wiping his forehead. "Why isn't table C07's Thermidor on the board?" The cook swallowed hard, shaking his head. "I don't see the ticket, sir." Dominic's jaw clenched. "No ticket? Why not?" Back in the corridor, Alara observed the stir of activity as Mia reemerged, her usual composure fractured. Dominic soon rejoined them, his gaze settling on Alara. "Ms. Vance," he began deliberately, "I understand you placed an order for the lobster Thermidor some time ago." He paused, the silence heavy. "Somewhere along the line, a chef requested clarification on a sauté, but your name never appeared on our kitchen docket. This is unacceptable." Alara met his steady gaze. "I placed my order when I arrived. I know this is a busy place, but I only ask that my order be honored." Recognition softened Dominic's expression, a genuine smile touching his lips. "Ms. Vance, we failed you tonight. For that, I apologize." He turned to Mia, eyes sharp. "What happened here?" Mia swallowed, voice quiet but truthful. "Vivian Sterling sent Ms. Vance to the service alcove and never entered the order." Dominic's gaze darkened as he recalled Vivian's prideful strut down the corridor. "Vivian," he called, low but commanding. Vivian appeared at the alcove's entrance, her face taut with tension. Dominic fixed her with a steady look. "Why was Ms. Vance sent here?" Her cheeks flushed. I thought she didn't meet our dress code. I was told only the main dining room is for full service." Dominic inhaled slowly, processing the implication. "Dress code?" His voice held disbelief. "Our standards are about respect and service, not appearances." Turning back to Alara, he said firmly, "You should have never been made to feel otherwise." Vivian's eyes flickered with something unreadable before she stepped back silently. Dominic then addressed Mia and the nearby staff. "This is a reminder. Our guests come first, always. No order goes unplaced because of bias or assumptions." Alara felt a swell of vindication, but she kept her posture calm and dignified. Dominic nodded once more. "Ms. Vance, please allow me to personally oversee your dinner." A few minutes later, Alara was escorted back to the main dining room, where the atmosphere was renewed with genuine warmth. The chef himself came out to apologize and promised her the full experience she deserved. Her lobster Thermidor arrived, a masterpiece of culinary craft. Golden Parmesan crust, tender lobster meat nestled beneath, fragrant herbs brightening the plate. Alara took a slow, savoring bite, the rich creaminess balanced perfectly by a subtle tang of lemon. It was a revelation, as promised. Around her, the room seemed transformed, no longer just a backdrop, but an embrace. The servers moved with renewed grace, offering smiles and attentiveness that made her feel truly seen. As she enjoyed each bite, Alara reflected on the evening's trials. The Velvet Rose was a place designed to impress, but its true success lay in its ability to welcome every guest without prejudice. She thought about her own career, how architecture was not just about buildings, but about crafting spaces where empathy and equity could thrive. Tonight had been a lesson in patience and dignity, in the quiet power of standing firm while demanding respect. Elara smiled softly, knowing this night would fuel her determination. One day, when she led her own firm, she would ensure that every design celebrated humanity, breaking down barriers rather than reinforcing them. The dinner concluded with a delicate dessert of lemon tart and fresh berries, a light and vibrant finish that mirrored her renewed spirit. As she rose to leave, Dominic approached with a final word. "Ms. Vance, thank you for your grace tonight. You've reminded us all that excellence is measured not only by taste or service, but by integrity." Elara nodded, her heart steady. She stepped out into the evening air, the city lights twinkling like promises. Tonight, she had reclaimed not just a meal, but her rightful place at the table, where design, dignity, and humanity meet.